Space, the final frontier. These are the continuing voyages of the starship Reliant. A seemingly never-ending mission to assemble parts that don't fit, to figure out lighting that involves confusing wires and lights and switches and things, to wrestle with decals that have no adhesive properties whatsoever, to try and be the first person ever to successfully build a USS Reliant kit without any problems or nightmares.
Hello everybody, welcome to my, how shall we call this, my rant about the Polar Lights Star Trek USS Reliant 1000 scale kit. I built it, I even put on all the Aztec decals I got extra for it, and it was a nightmare. Not only did I build it and put the decals on, I attempted to light the kit, and I ordered a lighting kit from, I think it was Galactic Modeler online, which said no soldering or whatever required, just throw it in there and it works. Yeah, I received a bunch of wires and loose leads and a battery holder, so basically I had to solder everything. So, yeah, that was a letdown for too much money, so I wouldn't recommend buying that particular lighting kit for this model. To make things even better, I wouldn't recommend buying this kit either. It says it's a snap together model kit. Yeah, yeah, not in your dreams. It's snapping together. It needs a lot of glue and filler to properly fit together. Even without added lighting and stuff, it just doesn't stay together when you don't use glue or anything. So, I mean, the Reliant, it's a nice ship. The kit's nice-ish when you use glue and filler and stuff, but I've seen better kits, so yeah, this is not the greatest kit in the world, but I kind of saw it through to the end and I had my issues, so yeah, don't expect this to be an easy one. It's not a weekend build or anything, unless maybe I did something wrong. Probably I did something wrong. So let me get the finished results. And there goes the empty box. So here we go. Here is my, hopefully the light will catch it. And I've got a funny new camera angle too, so I'm kind of trying this out, so it may not come out great. Let me try and adjust that a bit on my black cloth and all that. So hopefully this will stay together. So this is my finished Star Trek USS Reliant kit, and I may want to have my spinny thing if I can find it. Yeah, I have it. Stop making funny noises, dude. So, and the camera angle is wrong. So let me try and adjust again without maybe bang the camera. Let me just fiddle with this for a bit and come back to you. Right, I think I got my camera sorted out for a better angle now. I'm not sure. So anyway, as I was saying, this is my finished kit, and from this angle it looks pretty okay until we start to zoom in on the decals. I got the what brand is it? Can you read that? I can't read that because of my new funny angle. collectormodels.com for Polaroids decals, which look really nice. I must give them that. But they, unless I did something wrong and I did my decals, I think Fox would call me the decal master. I'm not sure. And I am not the decal master. I'm not pretending to be a master of anything. But I did a lot of decals. I love doing decals, so I know how to lay down decals, and these just won't conform to the model. I painted my model, did my gloss coats, and then started laying on the decals, and they're not the kind of decals I'm used to. They seem really thick, and yeah, I'm not sure how to describe it. I don't know the words in English, so I can't describe it. But they just lay flat on top of the model. They don't set down into the recesses or anything. And I tried everything I have. I tried, your standard micro set and micro sole. I tried Mr. Mark setter with Mr. Mark softer, and I got my stoplight system from Decal. So it's decal setting solution, soft, medium, and strong. So the lighting really sucks with this black background. Let me try and adjust that. So I just basically tried. Let's see if I can grab them in two hands actually. All this to get these decals to behave, and they kind of behaved in the end, but I had to cut up a lot of the decals, just scribing basically with my knife along the panel lines to get the decals down there. And even then they kept on bubbling. I don't know, maybe some sort of chemical reaction went on. Maybe I had a bad batch of decals. I hope someone else has had better results with these decals, because they look absolutely gorgeous, but the application really was a pain, was a real pain. Let me find the spinny thing and let's spin the model around. So yeah, I got some fit issues on the nacelles. The saucer top didn't fit properly. This part, which I don't know what it's called, doesn't line up properly. This broke off several times, all those kinds of things. The way the kit is designed, it just doesn't fit together really nicely, so I didn't have a great time in the end putting this together. So I did try out for the first time lighting a kit, and I think I may have promised that I would film that, but yeah, the lighting kit I got was just another nightmare adding to a nightmare, so I just deleted all the footage. I kind of made up things as I went along, and I got some great advice from Will, from Models by Will. He does a lot of lighting on his kits, so he helped me out a big time in getting my lighting done on this kit, and it worked out pretty nice, I think, in the end, especially considering this is my first ever lighted kit, so I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. I'm not sure if it will pick up on camera if I turn it on with the lights on, so let's just see. So that's the lighting on, and nope, it doesn't really pick anything up. So if I kill this, it will be dark and ugly, but at least we can see the light. So I got some lighting in there, and as you can see I've got some light leaks as well, but that's just because of how poorly the kit fits, and I couldn't bother fixing that anymore. I got so fed up with this kit, so I just quit. Well, when I had all the decals on, I just quit. I know in the title, which I have to thank Fox for the voiceover, it's really awesome. It says Captain Hindsight. I used the kit decals to find the location of all the windows. So I put them on the bare plastic and drilled out all the windows. Primed, painted, light blocked, did everything to the kit, and then put on the Aztec decals, and all the black dots for the windows are slightly in a different place. So I should have taken another route on that, and also maybe with putting decals on places on the model where I shouldn't have put a thing on, glued it together and then think of the decal, but put the decal on first. In other places I should have left the decal off. You know, in hindsight I should have done a lot of things different, but yeah, in the end, on camera the actual kit looks lovely. In real life, up close, it doesn't look so lovely as much, so yeah. But there's a positive thing to this all. It's been a great learning experience in how to solder LEDs and how to stick them to a model, how to work with fiber optics, where to run the wires, stuff like that. Even the extra decals, I've learned how to not put them on, basically. Most of them are too big for the kit, so you have to trim them down. You have to be really careful putting them on and take your time, more than I'm used to at least. So it could probably take weeks to put on all the decals properly, like they show on the nice picture on there, which I'm not entirely sure those are decals or actually painted on, but yeah, without the decals on, the ship just looks bland, and they make a huge difference, even though they're not pretty obvious. Let me white out. Let me turn off the lights. So yeah, let me shut off this thing, and maybe we can do some close-ups. No, fine. How does this thing work? It doesn't really help if you got it backwards. So let's see if I can show you a bit of where the decals went wrong. I'm trying out this new camera angle, so this just might get a bit tricky, because my camera isn't up there anymore. It's now directly in front of my face, so I'm looking through the viewfinder while talking to you and doing things. So okay, oh, zoom out a bit. Hey, come on, zoom out a bit more. Focus. Bang the camera. So as you can see, right about there, there's all those bubbles. I just popped every individual one of them and just went over it with microsol several times, and then I used the Decal strong, and you know, I've tried everything I've got in my arsenal, and they just won't go flat. So that's kind of frustrating. And the same with the decal going in here. There's actually color on the decal in there, and I didn't paint my ship to be screen accurate, so the colors don't match with the actual Reliant. But yeah, Those decals are really stubborn. Let's see. This is where I don't know what got under the decal and ate away my paint, and I got a big smudge of my thumb in there, and more bubbles. And as you can see on the engine here, there's still bubbles. This was actually flat, but it bubbled up back again since I finished it. So yeah, I mean, as far as the Reliant goes, and I've heard nobody really successfully built a Reliant with any issues, so I should be happy with the result. And just seeing it as a a test build for further Star Trek lighted starships, I think. I am happy with the paint job, which was all done in Vallejo paints, which I've put back in my paint rack, so I couldn't tell you which colors I used. Anyway, I used a bluish gray as a base over a black primer, and then with a darker gray I just sprayed lines, fuzzy lines all across the dish and in several other areas, so as to break up the monotone bluish gray paint job. So it's got a bit of interesting look to it. I'll try and show you the underside, because yeah, my awesome first time lighting things, so this really doesn't fit into the stand. So yeah, I did kind of the same thing under there. It should have a matte coat really, but the weather's been poor and I don't think I want to waste my matte Humbrol whatever number matte spraying varnish on this kit, so I'm gonna leave it at this. Also, the weight of the LEDs and the wires makes it hunch forward, even with the ball joint. It just flips forward. So yeah, no, it's not my best kit, and it's not the best fitting kit. I think it may be an old AMT mold that they re-engineered poorly, low budgetly. I don't know. Is budgetly a word? I don't know. I just made that up. Budgetly is a word from now on. No, it's yeah, it's just not the greatest kit out there. If you got a lot of patience, do buy it, do build it, but beware, it's not a walk in the park. It's gonna need a lot of attention. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that before I really burn this kit down. It's yeah, just leave it at this, shall we? Okay, so all that's left for me now is to thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for your patience. Bashing my desk makes my camera wobble, good to know. Thank you for your patience again. As you may or may not know, I'm currently also back in school, so I have a lot of studying to do, so my modeling time is a bit limited, let alone making YouTube videos, which take up a lot of time extra. So yeah, don't expect much from me in the near future, but I'll try and keep up with you guys. So yeah, thank you for your patience. Again, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video or any other videos on my channel, please subscribe. If you subscribe, you can get a notification when new content is on my channel. And yeah, I also got a Facebook page, which I'll link in here somewhere or in the description below, so check that out as well. There's a lot of photos on there, and you can share your stuff with me and all that. And I'm rambling and I'm lost for words, so I'm just gonna say thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.